Test. Hi, David. Good to see you back. I don't want to keep repeating these instructions, so I really should have a good page somewhere else, I guess. Let me think. Music is way too loud. Yeah. Where do I have instructions to set up libc.wd? Probably not even here, right? Or do I? It should be here. Nah, not really. Not for usage. Not at all. It's getting old. Maybe you can find something back on GitHub. Still working. At least that is working. This library is so old that I just don't want to work on it anymore. Like, it's like took up so much of my life already. I really don't want to work on it again. But yeah, I need some instructions somewhere. Should already have had that, I think. Did I not include that in a Linux viewer thing? Nope, not a word. Seriously? Of course, there is some web page that describes how to do this. Apparently not. Unbelievable. I should test this, you know, like what happens if I don't have any configuration at all. Downloading it. Yeah, well, that's pretty bad. Well, hey, it's only 20 years old, 23 years old. Never too late to add documentation. I could just add a link here, environment, and then I'll have to figure out. Okay, but recommended ways to use libcwd in a CMake project is to use git-tosh and see, or maybe that one has it. Also not really. Hi Bear. Bear. I just figured out that libcwd is missing some documentation and nobody told me in the past 23 years that it has been online. Or maybe it's not as bad as it looks, but oh, here I have some. Yeah, well, that's, yeah. So question 1, where do I add it? This will have to. Oh wait, this is the stateful task. Let me have a look. No, first I have to decide where to put it. I'm just gonna make a new link, I think. Let's put it somewhere here. To libcwd. That's documentation. Maybe in www. So I could add a new page here. It's written in HTML. Seriously. Trying to remember what I need for libcwd to work. Maybe just a RC file, right? This is not related. There's an environment that I use for everything, but it's not really necessary if you don't use my environment, I guess. Nope, pretty sure that this is the only thing. This file. So what happens if I don't have that file? So let's run the simplest one. So we get a lot of debug output with colors and everything. Too much scroll back. Or not. I'm terminating. Actually not. This is what I just started. So it begins with entering main, and then the whole program runs. Now I get colors for some thread. Right. Well, it crashes. VK error must be turned on. You do get warnings also. Neither .libc-wdrc nor exists using default RC file. Not too bad, I guess. Which only turns on malloc BFD, which I haven't been using in 20 years, and notice. Nobody wants malloc to be turned on. Yeah, I do get colors. That works. Debug out works. I just want VK error to be turned on. Maybe I can make it work with the default RC. This must be turned on from. It's kind of strange. On the other hand, I can use this to force people to add a libc-wdrc, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, these are just examples. Probably not the best. If you compare that with, say, what I'm using. Yeah, but other people don't use repo base. And I give it a name, hide the menu bar for some reason. And then we get no fork work there, blah, 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 blah. And the geometry was changed. But for the rest, it's the same apparently. Geometry. looks suspiciously like the number of lines. So I think this is way too large. Both use console, so it's just wrong this to change it. Oh, I can't change it here. Let's not use BFD as example, that's ridiculous. What other things do I have? System. Do not system twice. You got to be kidding me. Why? It's not even possible. Why? Never saw that before. So we add system here. No, it's just an example for toggle. I'll leave it like that, I think. Nevertheless, I have to. This is also not the best way to start it anymore, I think. The best way to use this is to use CWDS anyway. Okay, let me fix this. Ooh. Well, maybe I have it in CWDS as documentation. Maybe I'll look at that. Kind of makes sense. If it is not even here, then really fail. So still auto tool shit. I should get rid of it. Just make everything CMake. Because I cannot support this anymore since I'm not using it anymore. And it's just junk anyway. Yeah, there is some information here, but nothing about the libc WDRC. Still not what I wanted. I don't know, man. I give up. It is probably... It's good enough, you know. Doom White, yeah. And I hated it. It's just... I just watched a YouTube about some professor that recently is working for Microsoft. You know, GTP4, Bing. Who is actually claiming to see a hint already of general artificial intelligence. With examples. And they pay that guy. That makes me pissed off. I feel like, dude, why is Microsoft not trying to hire me or something like that? Get someone with a bit of common sense to work on this. It definitely is not. All those hyped up YouTubes, it's making me sick. I mean, of course, he came with examples. But no, look at the examples that I made. Let me ask the questions and then try to give a talk about general artificial intelligence. It's just nonsense. I mean, I use it every day and it's very useful, but don't tell me it can reason or think logical. Or actually understands what you're talking about. Well, in the sense, the understanding in a sense, but way too many really bad examples. This wasn't even that bad, by the way. I'm not sure if I showed Anyone that already? This one. Did I show this one? So I asked how long to put it on 900 and 600 watts when the recipe is 700 watts, and it gave a good reasoning, and even the math was correct. I mean, so the end is then that you have to put it on 1.83 minutes on 900 watt and then 3.67 minutes on 600 watts. So the sum is then still 5.5 minutes and the total amount of joules is the same. So then I said, now create a problem involving balancing 1100 equal coins and on a stick of length 1800 centimeters that will require the same mathematics. If it had any shred of intelligence, it would be able to do that because it's super simple. But nope, no way. First it became, it completely ignored the fact that I said equal coins. So I had to correct it. Wait, I think I added it. I added the word equal here because it gave something different. I'm not going to read this, it's just a waste of your time. But the point is, it tries to, I don't know what it is, but stuff. So I give it a hint. Say what is the watts translate to centimeters and the time in minutes translates to 1 minute is 100 coins. It still didn't get it. And all the time it supports the stick on both ends, so there's not even a balance. So I say if you support the stick on both ends, there's nothing to balance. When you support the stick at one point, so you really have a balance. Okay, so it tries again. Still coming with, yeah, I don't know, not understanding the problem. So I said I stopped reading at group A has 900 coins corresponding to 900 watts. That is not what I said. I said the amount of watt will translate to centimeters. Then why are you equating the number of watts to the number of coins? Ah. And then it calls that a misunderstanding as usual. So it tries again fails. No, you're not seeing it. You're attempting to use x and y as distances from the center. That means you equate x and y with centimeters. But I said the time in minutes will translate to the number of coins, where 1 minute is 100 coins. And in the previous problem, x and y had unit minutes. In other words, it did not understand this problem at all. Try it again, fails again. You will have to agree that this is not the same math. Before we had the result x equals 1.83 minutes and y 3.67 minutes. Therefore, with the new problem, the result must be x equals 183 coins and y equals 367 coins. That is almost literally what I said, no? Comes again with the solution, which completely misses it. So I said, well, okay, I'll give up. Let me show you how you should have reasoned. The math in the previous question was x plus y equals 5.5 minutes. And 700 watts times 5.5 minutes equals 900 watts times x plus 600 watts times y. 2. The new problem, watts becomes centimeters and minutes becomes 100 coins. Therefore, the math should become x plus y is 550 coins and 700 centimeters times 550 coins equals 900 centimeters times x coins plus 600 centimeters times y coins. It's just simply replacement, literally. And then once you have this, it's super easy, I guess, to conclude that we balance 550 coins on one side at a distance of 700 centimeters. That should have been Yeah, 700 centimeters. It's a big stick, but I should have used millimeters, I guess. For the point of support, which is indeed in the middle of the stick, so the stick is balanced without any coin on it. And 550 coins on the other side in two piles. X coins at the distance of 900 centimeters and Y coins at the distance of 600 centimeters. The question is then, as before, calculate X and Y. I think that's what it should have said immediately, and it was anything like a general artificial intelligence and it cannot do this, then it's failure. But I think it's just not intelligence at all. So in order to solve this, it really has to understand and, you know, figure out in its own head what the idea is and yeah, I don't know, solve a puzzle. It cannot do that. It's just a large language model. And then it repeats what I say more or less. So yeah. But I use it a lot for you know, for just knowledge questions. Not figuring out or understanding something or doing logic or anything, I can do that. But if I don't know anything and it's a simple recipe, then you can ask ChatGPT. Yeah. Okay, and this one, I definitely have to change that. Do we have that here? Yep. Oh well, why not use what I have as is. And then I think I'll just let it crash with the default. So I run Linux viewer, I'll now fix it. But yeah, I need a text back. So, don't move it again, which I didn't do from this console. GWDRC. Whoops. No, yeah. Chapters. Yeah, it's not really bash, it's just terminal output. Let's see how this looks. This is definitely a problem that we have to fix as well. Let's say I'm here, configuration at the top. I'm clicking on any link actually, Stack Overflow, libcwd in this case, and then we go back. Then I'm at the top of the page again. It is super annoying. You've got to fix that. If that's the only thing I do the rest of the evening, then I'll be happy. However, it requires you to create an RC file. This file can be put. I guess the font is way too small. Blow it up for you. This file can be put in the current working directory that the executable is started from. I guess where the executable is doesn't matter, so we can just say current working directory. Same annoyance. Reload. Recommend to just create a suitable .libcwd.rc in your home directory. If you do not do so, any program using Linux viewer blah 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 will stop with the message that. Another question is, when do they stop? Well, what happens here? kind of surprised that this is here though. Why not just turn it on? I think the reason is that we might already get VK errors before we get there. At any rate, that definitely is only called when compiled with debug on. Next question, when is CW debug defined? Well, that's defined when we link with CWD. For example, if we run configure now, it's going to say that debug is on. I think this one. That's on because, well, no, don't care about it because, but if this is on, then the CW debug will be defined. And of course it is because we said that. But are there any other values that I can use? So I have this PE, print environment, and I can test all the other values. Or I could have a memory and just know from my head which one turn it on. So debug turns it on. With debug is I'm not sure. Might actually do the trick. Wait, I have to do a resource. Configure to yeah, that's still on. So beta test is off, release definitely off, and the rest I won't even talk about. It's heavy developer stuff. Should have honors like relative tip info and stuff like that. So let's have a look here. My memory is gone, as you know. List that we made, I think these are the same. Relative depth info. That should be off as well. So we just test that one. That's the only one that I still want to test. This push. Let's add that here. So let's do that. Beta test. Enable debug is off even, so we definitely don't have libcwd. And this one is off as well, pretty sure. Also off, yeah, ours is all off. Kind of makes sense, but you just have to wanted to make sure. Do one of these. Nope. I'm in chapters, but there it is. Yeah. Do I even need a link? It's here. It's like, I don't think we need a link here. That would be just, well, I see below, but no link. Okay. I can't see my keyboard too. Let me turn on the light. I should not have to look at my keyboard, and usually that goes right, as you could see, but sometimes I have to look. No, wait, actually, I just want to delete this. No, two of them. Yeah, I could add a link, I guess, here. See below, and then just link it to Linux over here. How does that work? I think just like this. Just think that I know it, so might as well try it. Configuration below. Yeah, we don't get any. Well, we could. So why did that not work? Oh, now it does work. Nobody gets it. Seems to work though. Oh, believe me, I asked ChatGPT 4 to help me with doing something else and using a pen, but it tried to talk me out of it. And then I thought, well, apparently you can use a plugin for, I don't know, cram down or mark down it stuff and then add custom whatever, but would make the project more complex, and I thought maybe it won't even work on GitHub anyway then, so I think it's just one of the few pages where I'm needing a lot of bash commands. And later on I'll just be able to do C++ without needing to spend, and I'll just use backticks. Yeah, but it doesn't really look nice, does it? To fix this, please create a file. Oopsie WD. With following content. Read. Just reading my own file. I still moved it away. Dot CWDRC. I'm not even sure I can. Oh, yeah, I can. Let's split this up in a few. Say warning notice, stateful task, ST internal. I've never heard of that. Kidding me. It's an abbreviation, and of course I don't know what it means. ST. What does that stand for? It's not part of my project apparently. I mean, I have, for example, VK error. There's no ST. Also don't know what it is. TLS. Now I think about it, I should use GS. Ooh, that's something from AI stateful task. Stateful task internal, I see. Let's keep it in there then. TLS. Guess all of them exist. It's a TLS protocol. Mangle. Because I should add comments of more or less of what they are doing. Yeah, maybe you should cut it off at XML RPC. Let's just find where they are defined anyway. How do we do that? Make a file, put them in it, delete the leading stuff. Everything on one line, I guess. So let's first replace all the commas with spaces. Put them all on one line. And substitute more than one space with a single space. And then for debug channel in CarloWood to echo debug channel. That's a lot of nothing. DC. There we go. And for each of these things I want to actually grab, let's say, the definition should be something like I'm not sure though. You know, I'm gonna be really nasty. Put an I in front of it. And random things around it. That should find it. And then we'll search in all the sources that we have. Okay, let's get rid of this part here. Let's write it to a file. So whatever is part of defined in Vulkan is not really interesting at the moment. So we can filter that out. And we can sort it, I suppose. And then there are lines that we are totally not interested in. I think I'm, by definition, not interested in anything that is saying external. And then the only thing that goes wrong, I think, that's probably found debug, which is also not what I want. So the first two lines can be ignored. But then you wonder where debug is a default channel. Maybe it should print the ones that it fails to find as well. But we can do that afterwards, I suppose. Okay, and Start with this. Yeah. What other channels do I have? I totally forgot. Suppose this system. I think I'm not sure. I'm compiling with location turned on. Actually, maybe on. BFD is still usable. So just BFD, malloc, and system then. The only ones I'm missing. Let's do EVO first. Right. Demangler is it too? We couldn't find it, I guess. No. Strange. Must be used somewhere. Could be part of libcwd, I guess. But I did not see it there, right? So yeah. Nope. Arg. Yep. Well, that's DC, so where is it? There it is, definitely. Demangle 3. I guess we don't need it, that's for sure. AI mutex is pretty damn sure part of this one. I hope. But is it? What was I looking for? AI mutex. Guess not. Let's say for also not. Panic. Actually, I'm missing the label. So the label is probably uppercase. there is a chance that we won't find it. I have the feeling this is not just searching source files. Forget it. I have a better idea. First of all, using -I, and secondly, we only search headers. Nothing. That's really weird. There's no way that it makes any sense that I have AI mutex in here and then no debug channel exists. Let's do one more attempt. Yep, -I, AI, mutex, all the sources here. Nope, there is an AI mutex, but does not have a debug channel apparently of its own. So I'll just remove it. Does not exist. Q is done doubly, twice. I don't know what the sensible order for these things are. Do we even want XCB to be on? Oh, off. Yeah, no we don't. So it can be off. Oh, I had IMQ on, but in this case it is off. I turned it off after I turned it on, maybe. Let's keep it off. Okay, I think this is good enough for a start. At least the VK error is on, so we won't crash on that anymore. That's a big file. Yeah, I should test it, but I'll leave that to you guys. As soon as I publish this website, this page, then I hope some of my viewers will actually try to compile it, right? See then, and give me feedback, of course, if anything is wrong. I think we're basically there. Post Bunny is the only one who commented, but she commented on an empty page. It still appears here. Yeah, let's publish this then. I still want to fix the getting back to where you were. So click on this, and then I do back. Then you don't jump back, which is still where we were. Also not good. Hello, Elborn. Guess you can delete this one, because I edited so much already that is... Whoa, no. That was created by a color picker. Using some CSS variables. Yes, I didn't know that existed, but they do. Okay. Let me go here. State is that git add remove the junk files and the backup file. Now look at the div. That was this page that I've been working on mostly, and then I have made this square, but that's all. It's not really a big change, so let's do commit -a, and then I'll just see, yeah, add initial, I guess. The initial non-draft, as it were. And that then should I'll have to go to here, actions, and it's automatically building and deploying the website because I pushed it. And which apparently is going to take 1 minute. What else do we have here? Usage. I was looking at that. It's Kitosh. CWS. Linux viewer is that one. Cute. I wanted to change the readme file now I think about it. Yeah, well, more general is hardly possible. Well, yeah, well, in a way, more general, I guess. I feel it's more limited, actually. You know, what I'm writing, I will also would also use for need for a Second Life viewer, but I'm not gonna write that. So it's just a Vulkan engine now. Okay, to be done by now. So this is what we had, and now I click on reload, and there it is. Isn't that awesome? Now that page contains what this readme did contain before, so I might as well keep everything in one place, right? I remove it here. So I'm going to rebuild my documentation website? Probably. That's just ridiculous, but okay. Okay, so if anyone wants to test it, please do so. There's the link. And kindly give me feedback through maybe issues or something like that. There's a GitHub link here also on that page. And then we have issues. There are not any open issues. How awesome is that? Everything mentioning you and thank you. Pull request your issue. Open issue. Dude, I just want to see all issues without that they are open. Still nothing. I thought okay, now I'm confused. This is Linux viewer, right? There should be an... Oh, maybe it's documentation? No. The comments are using the issues. So this should automatically create an issue. Zero closed. I don't know where it goes then. The wrong repository? Oh, I created a new repository for it. Yeah, I guess I didn't want to collaborate. It's putting it here. So the issues go here. Well, this is just chat, so probably should not look at that. But here at least you have 10 labels, and then there's a. I was looking for this label. The 10 comment, that one. So we have introduction draft here. Also confusing. Where's the comment that I just added, or that Post Bunny added to every page? There it is. Well, this has a label comment, as it should. And my brand new comment does not have a comment label. It's not a big problem, I guess, because I created a separate repository just for the comments, so the labels don't really care. But it's still a bit weird. I'm gonna look at the other thing, which I think is more important. The other thing being, so I'm here, like building is here, and let's put building at the top. Click up Stack Overflow, we go back, and it's still okay. What? What? Why is this working? How about this one? Click on next, and now we click on previous. Now we are top of the page again, but okay, that's that bad, I guess. But I scroll a little bit so you can see this. Nope, a little bit. And then we click on Vulkan. And then we click on back. It's still good. So when it is on GitHub, it does remember the correct place. That makes it a lot less urgent to fix it, of course. Why is this working here, not on my local host? There's a link to GitHub. It doesn't show the current stream, does it? Streamed 3 days ago. Strange. Yeah, you have to click on home to see that. Back. I clicked on back and nothing happens. Okay, did it open it in a new tab? I think this goes to a new tab, the GitHub repository as well. Okay. But this one doesn't. I don't have a, I mean, configuration is already part of getting started. Configuration, see below, back, even that works. Unbelievable. Yeah, awesome also, of course, but okay, then. Well, I hope people will have a look at this and tell me if they like it. If there's anything that we can improve here. I especially try to compile it and everything. And then I need to know, you can also read the introduction, also finish that more or less. And then I'll have to think of what the name of the next chapter is. It's definitely not configuration. Or I have to think about, people can also tell me, what do you think? You read the introduction, you read getting started, what do you want the next chapter to be about? That should be what you need. So you try this and you think, yeah, okay, and now? I think I know that actually, because I begin this with, we begin with hello triangle. And then I say, however, before we can do this, we need to do everything below. So I think that the next chapter, oh, that's something that's not working. Oh, no, it stays highlighted because that's the page that we're on. So I guess it's correct. Although it's kind of confusing if you put your mouse here, then which one is highlighted? Maybe we should use a slightly different color for the hoover. Slightly. Definitely should do that, I think. This is pager, previous and next. Is that all the hoovers we have? Maybe this is the one. Let's turn this into something red. See if that's the one. No, that's just nonsense. Just text color. I need a background color. Right column, background column, library. Over the background color of the sidebar. It's all nice and dingy, but where's my hoover? Maybe it's this one. Guess I'll have to run my my tool. Here's the tool. No, it's a script that I have inside this thing here. Find color. Well, let's try main. Is it working or not? I don't think it's working. If I do reload, it should be reloading it, but it's not. That's strange. Why not? Anyway, now it's a normal color, right? The Hoover color is normal. And I don't even know if it did, wait a minute, let's kill this. What? Oh, I have to reload it. Let's try this again, but now with the hoovering. So I have to reload it and then hoover over it. Yeah, it's definitely original color. It's the wrong file. So it's not defined. Probably then in this file, right? Hoovering still original. Oops, I should not have done that. Try it again. Reload. It is not original. It is changed. It is still changed. Still changed. Still changed. And I never reloaded it. That's the annoying thing. Why is the thing not reloading automatically? Let me try get that to work first. Yeah, now it's reloading. Damn it. Okay. Set my layer to top. Put it here. So it's red, not red, 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 not red, red, not red, not red, not red, red. There it is. So I want to override this, I'll just have to copy it. Put that in my main. Put it somewhere. I guess I can do this like this. Probably just background, only the background colors will be interesting. Ooh. And now the question is, what color do I want to make it? I also have a trick for that one. So this is line 59. So now I can run this. So let's say 59. So let's make it green. Now it's green. But it's maybe a bit too much. So let's instead In fact, I think I can make it hover while we reload. No, I don't think so. It's kind of unfortunate. I have to continuously move my mouse over it to see what the color is. So I think I'll do just some gray value. Yeah, and any little bit more light gray value, this will do. And at least now it's not the same as the other one. And not too light, otherwise you cannot read the text anymore. Just as long as it's not the same color. Guess that works. This works, okay. So now we have that. Which apparently is 5D, 5D, 5D. So what else can we do? I gotta get rid of the reload again. Right. Maybe the getting started is not good. What do you think? It's like quad packages downloadable. It's pretty good, but let's say, yeah, I don't know. I think in the next chapter I want to talk about yeah, maybe you should add it here, like after building, maybe even inside building. So after you build it, there should be an executable, and I guess I should call the executable hello triangle instead of Linux viewer, and then we have to create it. So we can do in source tests, make there a hello triangle. And then make the simplest thing that I can think of that shows a triangle. And then talk about it in the chapter. Everything means. Maybe write that while I make this application. What do I say? Configuration. It should tell me where the build directory is. Oh, yeah, okay. So in the build directory, it said build directory to build. Not sure if that would work. You're trying this bear. Tell me if you just set this and not create build, if it creates it. I guess that would create it in the current directory, but I'm not sure. Maybe build should be set at. Well, if you use a dot here, then I guess it's relative. Guess it works. For some reason, it's difficult for me to test this stuff. You know, I really need a change route that completely separates me from the normal environment that I have. I used to have 2 PCs that I could use, but due to the increased energy bill, I have one of my PCs completely disconnected and everything. I'm not using it anymore. I did cut my electricity bill in half. Just turn one PC off. The other one is still on 24/7. If it gets worse, then I'll have to start shutting my PC down during the night, I guess. Okay. What is a good idea to do? I'm going to assume that the build there is simply comparable. That is, I have a repo base object there, which is my build there, which contains source tests. And then we have, let's say this one, and that there it is, which I can run right just from here. Right, so let's edit my documentation page. Should be doing this here, I guess. Tests. I'll go back to the Castro. Hello. Features. I want to make it simple. When I started to Vulkan, I just didn't get it at all. And I want to write software that, together with the documentation site that I'm making now, will make it easy to get started. But since I'm completely new to Vulkan myself, I don't think I know what features I want. I'm just adding stuff and I run into it. I use for synchronization and threading is done by using my a stateful task Git submodule to this one. Yeah, this one. It's a test suite. There is some documentation online even. Let's say by design. Give you the link. The idea of that library is that you write an object, and the object in itself acts like a thread. So you can accept that I don't use many threads. I mean, I really hate it that you people that code like they throw a thread against everything, so they have say 1,000 threads, but they have only 16 cores. Yeah, Well, I mean, that's no. So what I have is a thread pool, which has same number of threads as cores that you have available. There should not be any switching. What is it called normally? Forgot the word. Of course, my tasks that are kind of like threads, you can make an arbitrary number of those, and they switch, of course, and they get CPU time one after another. But it's much more controlled. That is, you give one CPU and then that thing itself decides when it's done. So it does its task, or a part of its task, and only at a nice point where the variables are again consistent, it says, okay, now I'm willing to give CPU to someone else. So it is now partly the responsibility of the developer to not write tasks that just keeping CPU and for themselves and never give it back. You should not do that. If you do that, then you're just coding wrong. You have to write tasks that are nice and try to not run longer than 2 milliseconds or something like that. You can also write tasks that can run for a whole second, but those then should definitely be running at a low priority, so that you always have threads left that can run all the quick tasks. And then of course you also you still need to keep in mind that you don't load a lot of threads that all run a very long time and then hardly have any threads left to run the other tasks. The whole scheduling, basically, or load balancing, whatever, is a bit shifted to the developer, I guess. But on the positive side, each task then has is an object, so it wraps a number of variables, which are just member variables of the class, and it knows that it is the only object slash task slash thread. Although many threads could be used, every time you return to the thread pool, you might get another thread the next time. But there's only one thread at a time, so the effect is the same thing as if it was a single thread. There's only one thread at a time that accesses the variables of the class, and therefore you do not need any extra mutex locking. Let's say if every task slices its runtime in 2 milliseconds, then one mutex is locked and unlocked every 2 milliseconds for that task to be run and then not run and then run again. But there are no other mutexes involved at all, because as soon as it is running, it's just completely single threaded. Nobody else will access it. At least that is the idea of the AI stateful task, and how to exactly use that to parallelize or whatever my Vulkan engine. I don't have much experience with that yet, but I don't think it will be very hard, because I put a decade of time in AI stateful task, and I think it's pretty damn powerful. So it just should be able. I don't expect to run into something that I think, oh my god, the whole design is wrong. No, that should really not happen. I'm already using it in the Vulkan engine also for synchronization. Certain things are synchronized or just run in the task when it doesn't matter, or synchronize with the rendering loop. Let's say you want to do something that really cannot be done at an arbitrary moment with respect to rendering. Then you can run it in a so-called synchronous task. That is a task that is running synchronous with the rendering loop. So the rendering loop does stuff, and when it comes to a consistent state, normally you would call that the idle state. Then during the idle time, say it runs the synchronous tasks. For example, if you want to change the texture, and the texture is in use by the GPU, at a certain point you cannot just change it. Then what I do is just I tell a task. So I have an object, and I tell that object I want to change a certain texture. That object then does everything that it can do asynchronously until the very last moment. The thing that has to be done synchronously is passed to a synchronous task, which then executes the final lines that actually communicate with the GPU synchronously with the random loop. And as usual, you don't see anything of that back. You just say, I want to change that texture, and I want to change it again and again and again, and I want to change it a lot. And then while you run the program, it just works, you know. A lot of super difficult things happen in the background, but you don't need to be aware of that, because, what is the word? Semantically is not the right word, but from the human perspective, you just want to change the texture, and you don't care about synchronization and whatever. You just say change the texture, and then texture's changed. Well, yeah, a lot of difficult stuff happens in the background, a lot. And if you would not do that difficult stuff, then you would get crashing GPUs, or maybe just flickering, or I don't know, tearing in your textures, stuff like that. Which you don't want, of course. I guess it's time for me to go to bed, or at least stop this and then start to prepare to go to bed. Okay, I forgot what I was doing as usual. Docs, I think. Is that how you write successfully? I think so, but you never know. Successfully, apparently. Okay. After this successfully finished, you should find execute executable in build there /source/tests/hello triangle. Well, if that works, then you have a really, yeah, what shall I say? Very large amount of work behind you already. Unfortunately, I have the feeling that almost nobody is gonna get that work immediately, which kind of sucks because then they will give up. Therefore, I'll need you guys to give me the proper feedback. Try this. It fails. Don't run on away from me, please. Just tell me that it fails and how it failed, and then we can look at how we can improve the documentation. Gilade, it's also in my repositories. I'll give you a link. I think I really have to add that to my... Oh, it is already added to it. Did you look at the description? Description. What editor are you using? Yeah, it's a kind of stupid question, but people ask me what editor are you using, and then they mean the color scheme. So your question was very intelligent, but if you want to look at the description below the video, then you see an FAQ and then the question, what editor are you using? That contains a link to neovim-true-color-scheme-editor, which contains everything I did to get this. Well, actually, I'm not even sure if because that's about C++ syntax highlighting. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I guess this is markdown syntax highlighting. So. I don't even know which color scheme it is then. I don't think I installed anything specifically for .md. What the hell? How do I write that? The next chapter goes over the source code used. I don't know any English. I said last sentence. Oh. What do you have now? That still works. Too lazy to really think to what. After this successfully finished, you should find an executable in. I will draw a triangle. The next chapter goes over the source code used and describes in detail how it is built up. Wow, awesome. GTB 4 delivered. So before I write the next chapter, I think I should first write that Hello Triangle application then. But we don't have anything. Oh. What looks a lot like it? Guess textures. You should not need any resources. That's the whole point of the triangle thing. I definitely need a window. Square texture test. Yeah, we need an application. So I'm gonna copy this to current directory, and I'm gonna call it hello triangle.cxx. That would be the application. Do I need a header file for that? Probably. Let's see what that is. Yeah, that's it. Let's do that as well. Just a header file. README. What the hell is in the README? Textures README. Yeah, we don't need that. Or maybe I should, you know, normally the hello triangle thing is hard coding the triangle coordinates, but there's no reason to do that with Linux viewer. It's just too simple to pass any coordinates anyway. Nah. So instead of square, I might add a triangle, I guess. Do we have a logical device? Textures logical device. That is changes some feature. I guess I need to do this, but not as complex as this one. Just do something simple. Yeah, we do have a logical device, so let's copy that as well. So we have a logical device, so we put here. Well, what is that? API. Instance data. Do I need instance data? Yeah, I guess I do, because we need an instance. One instance. I'm not sure though. You just one instance, and maybe you don't need instance data. Let's leave that one away. Push constant, you don't need a push constant yet. Vertex data. I think the vertex data though is needed for the 3 points of my triangle. Let's make a copy of that. Texture as vertex data dot. And I'm gonna copy then texture square.h to triangle.h, I guess. And then the same for the CXX. Yeah, and then the header, the window, I mean. You need, of course, a window. And then in order to compile everything, we're going to need a CMake. Let's copy that as well. Julian, what is a description below a YouTube video? Why is this project called Linux Vulkan engine? Does it matter how I call it? Resource subtiers. We didn't have any resources, did we? This is just being used here. Don't need that. Don't need any resource to begin with. Resource. So all this is resources. Copying the resources. I wanted to call it hello triangle. You're welcome. I'm not sure if this is necessary. I guess it is. And we have to link with everything, I guess. Everything. Well, maybe not IMView, but let's link with everything. So we compile this, then definitely it should go wrong. Because I just copied stuff and left a lot out. No work to do. I have to add a hello triangle here. Can need to configure it again, right? Not sure though. Well, that's the first error. Triangle.h. Static transformation matrices. Bit too difficult, I guess. We don't want any transforms. Now, what are the usual triangle coordinates that people use? I already have a triangle application, so I might as well look at in that. It's not this one. This is my current triangle application. Let's probably find a window. Do I have a window here? Do not have a window here. Application, menu. What? Here's my window. Well, it should be hard-coded in the... yeah, there it is. So, well, let's just use this, I guess. No, that's colors. Where are my coordinates? Positions. Those are the ones. Yeah, did I copy that right? I think so. 0 minus 5 minus 5. 5 and twice 5. Totally. Yeah. Tap, 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 tap. Do I want it as a tap? So this should be completely correct. Might as well edit the header now. I have vertex data. Vertex shader input set eigen geometry. Not sure if I need that. Square steps, square. Okay, gonna have a triangle now. Uh-oh. I guess I need to define the 3 overrides here. Returns a number of vertices. Pretty sure that's going to be 3 then. Next batch returns a number of vertices at a single call to create and reproduce. Let's... I don't know, what is batch size here? Batch size was 4, right? No, square steps is 6. It's 1 square, I guess. Well, if we can do 6, then we can do 3. Let's keep batch size though. The word batch size, I size, maybe I should just start with deleting this, I think. What am I gonna need that for? Offsets, coordinates X, Y, and that's all. X, Y. Advance to the next square. Yeah, so I don't need that, right? X, Y to UV, well, we definitely don't need that because we don't have a texture. Transform. Pretty sure should not need that either. It's X, Y to position. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that we might need. That is a conversion to homogeneous coordinates. Convert XY to one of the 6 corners of the 2 triangles. Yeah, vertex runs from 0 till batch size. In the line of it should be as simple as possible, let's not start with using that either. Yeah, well, I need ASCII art. Drawing a triangle with ASCII art is it's absolutely horrible. I'll try it anyway. I still didn't see it. Damn it. Where's this? Defined. Yeah. Just before the public even. Why not? No, we didn't have an XY. We don't have texture coordinates. I hope there is a more wait a minute. More the documentation in the base class here, because kind of got how it worked. My God, so bad. I'm pretty sure I wrote documentation somewhere about what chunk size and next batch and stuff means. But not here. Maybe, no, also not here. Of course it's just up there. Data feeder maybe. It's a caller with data and chunks of one or more chunks. To get the data call chunk size and chunk count once, then call next batch and get chunks in a loop. Size is chunk size, chunk count is chunk count, next batch, chunk count is 0, next batch is that, prepare to read the next batch times chunk size bytes and then get it. That's the interface of a data feeder. Chunk size, the size of one chunk in bytes must be a multiple of the required alignment. Chunk count, the total number of chunks. It's a bit fake what a chunk is. The value returned is the number of chunks that will be initialized by the next call to get chunks. Once the sum of all returned values reaches a chunk count, normal calls to next batch or get chunks must be made. So this is in chunks. This converts chunk to bytes, and this is the total number of chunks. But nobody knows what the chunk is at this point. I guess that's abstraction. But the square was returning 3, so I guess that then one chunk is one vertex in this case. Right. Fill the next batch size vertex data objects. You get a vertex pointer. And this one has a batch size as well, so that's just one. And then we don't have that. We don't have that. Yeah, I would say that batch has to be 3 here as well. Let's set a batch size to 3. Yeah. So we have 3 vertices, and this function here is doing all 3 vertices at once. Therefore, the batch size is 3. Well, it must have an M position, and we want to store something in that M position. Let me see what the type of M position must be. That's a vector 3D, but this is not the right thing. Need some textures, I guess. This one. It's a vec4. So yeah, I do need a conversion. Let's keep the position at. So I'm gonna go to, let's see. This was, which file was this? Triangle.h. Was it? It was. So triangle.h, and then we go, well, we copied stuff from textures, triangle.h, except that one, it was called square. But yeah, we don't need an XY here, right? Because we're just being called once. I think the XY to position was just a transform. So you can delete that. What kind of transform is it anyway? It's a translation. It scales, translates, and it scales. Yeah, let's not do that yet. What is offsets? 78. Yeah, got it. So we're just putting these values in it directly. So vector 2f, I hope that works. If it compiles, it works. It's a big trick here. Not convinced that it works though, but okay. Yeah, I think we got pretty close here. We're not using eigen. Offset is undefined. Oh, I need to define that. It's a static thing as well. What the hell? We do need eigen. And we need this. Hey, the advantage is now it's going to compile. Not link, but compile. Next, I think we're gonna work on. I did the triangle now, so let's do the vertex data. We just have a position. Position. That's it. Logical device should also be pretty straightforward, I guess. Every time create a root window is called, the cookie must be passed. This cookie will be passed back to the variable function ... Oops. Inquiring what presentation queue family to use for the window and related windows. Okay, we have two cookies which we might or might not use or need. I don't see the purpose of printing that these are constructed in the hello triangle, right? Let's keep it simple. Prepare physical device features. I'm not sure if that has a default. It has a default that does nothing. Well, maybe I should do nothing then. Of course, I don't think I needed a depth clamp for my hello triangle. So prepare logical device. Ouch. I have no clue if we need this for a triangle, I must say. I don't think we need a transfer queue because we don't have textures. Let's delete this. And this, yeah. I guess it would be kind of the standard way to request one queue for presentation. What happens if I don't do that? It's gonna crash or what? I don't know. I forgot all about it. The only thing I know is that I worked hard and long on it, and it is super flexible. You can do anything you want, intuitively. Except then when you forget everything about it, it's not intuitive anymore. Well, it's pretty intuitive, though I think about it. It adds a request for a queue that can do graphics. We only need one of them. And it adds another request that for presentation, and if possible, then please combine that. Every modern card can do that. I could also, I guess, just make one of them, not use the combine thing, but just demand that it is both graphics and presentation capable. And I don't know why the cookies is necessary. Let's say the presentation is only required for the window, for the root window, but I really should have written down documentation when I wrote this or designed this, I guess. I'll have to figure it out again. Shall I leave it like this for now, just to see if it works, and then we'll can try to simplify it, see what goes wrong. So I'm gonna keep it like this. Then let's make the application. Application texture test becomes hello triangle. Number of threads. Yeah, I don't know. I could not do this because it will have a default but why not, you know? You might as well learn how to set the number of threads that is being used while learning how to do the hello triangle. Same with the application name, I guess. To hello triangle. Let's try using a space here. Make a square. I'll pass a cookie. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try not to pass a cookie and stuff like that for this one. Let's not add a second window or a child window. You have to create a logical device though. And then we run the application. And then we catch errors. No, looks good to me. I'm not sure we need that, but I'm gonna try to delete stuff afterwards, I guess. Oops. Window.h is included already, and even though you don't include it in CMake, yeah, it's just a header. I hope I don't need this. Shit, key preference. Dude, what the hell is all that? Fix buffers.h. I don't know which header I don't. You need or which I don't, but definitely don't need IMG, do I? What about I just delete everything and then see where it goes wrong? Probably need pipeline. I think I need pipeline. I'm not convinced I need anything of the rest. At least, I don't know. Well, yeah, maybe I need this. And you will probably need to create a pipeline factory characteristic stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, let's delete everything and then add it back one by one. Come on, I just don't know what I need. Inline stuff, let's not forget inline stuff if we need it. Definitely don't want that. Definitely don't want Tracy here. Do we need to enable IMView? Not yet. Separate fragment shader, who cares? That's the window class, and then we have the bottom. Just one, just one class left, and it's only 700 plus lines. So I'm not going to do that now, because I should stop and prepare to go to bed. An hour ago. But yeah, this is where I am, and I'll continue tomorrow. The window is definitely the largest class, so that would just take too long to try and fix that now. Unless I had a perfect memory, of course, then I would just browse over it and change everything in 5 minutes. Well, 10 minutes maybe. Then it would just be a matter of typing. But I'm afraid I just don't understand anymore how things work, so I guess I'm gonna need 1 or 2 hours for that. Right. Might as well, oops. Add this one back as well, it's just a header anyway. I'll be back tomorrow then.